On January 15, 1944, Allied commanders finalized Operation Overlord in a top-secret London war room. Eisenhower, Montgomery, and Churchill debated landing sites, choosing Normandy for its weaker defenses and proximity to UK airfields. Deception plans, like Operation Fortitude, were approved to mislead Germany. The invasion date was set for June 5th, later delayed by 24 hours due to storms. This decision would determine the fate of 156,000 troops crossing the English Channel. Operation Fortitude created phantom armies under General Patton, using inflatable tanks and fake radio traffic to convince Germany the invasion would target Calais. Double agents like Juan Pujol fed false intelligence to the Abwehr. The ruse worked. Hitler kept 15 divisions in Calais, even after D-Day began. Allied deception relied on 500 dummy landing craft and forged documents, delaying critical panzer reinforcements by 7 weeks. At 11:30 p.m. on June 5th, 13,100 paratroopers from the 101st and 82nd Airborne Divisions boarded C-47s. Pathfinders jumped first, marking drop zones with Eureka beacons, but 75% landed off-target due to anti-aircraft fire and fog. Screaming Eagles scattered across 25 square miles, with some drowning in flooded fields. Despite chaos, they secured key exits from Omaha Beach, destroying bridges and disrupting German communications. At 5:30 a.m. on June 6th, the largest amphibious fleet in history, 6,939 vessels including battleships and LSTs, closed in on Normandy. USS Texas fired the first 14-inch shells at Point du Hoc, while minesweepers cleared paths through Nazi underwater obstacles. Troops transferred to Higgins boats in rough 4-foot swells, with many vomiting from seasickness before reaching the deadly beaches. Omaha became a slaughterhouse at 6:30 a.m. as the 1st Infantry Division faced the veteran 352nd Infantry Division. Pre-dawn bombings missed defenses, leaving 200 machine gun nests intact. Within 10 minutes, Company A lost 96% of its men. Engineers finally breached seawalls at 9:50 a.m. using Bangalore torpedoes. By noon, 2,400 casualties littered the beach, but 5 precarious exits were secured. British 50th Division at Gold Beach overcame 20-foot tides to capture Arromanches by 4 p.m., securing a future Mulberry Harbor site. Canadians at Juno advanced farthest inland but lost 50% of their tanks to underwater obstacles. At Sword Beach, British commandos linked with paratroopers to hold Pegasus Bridge. By nightfall, 132,000 troops were ashore, short of targets, but with all beachheads connected. Allied air power flew 14,674 sorties on D-Day, losing only 127 aircraft. P-47 Thunderbolts strafed German reinforcements moving toward Normandy, while Lancaster bombers destroyed Seine River bridges. The Luftwaffe managed just 319 sorties, their radar blinded by window aluminum chaff. By D+3, Allied fighters achieved 30-to-1 kill ratios, ensuring no panzer divisions could mass for a counterattack. Hitler slept until noon on June 6th, convinced Normandy was a feint. Rommel was in Germany for his wife's birthday, while von Rundstedt needed Hitler's approval to deploy reserves. The 12th SS Panzer Division didn't reach Caen until June 8th due to fuel shortages and air attacks. Allied jamming of German radio frequencies caused further chaos, buying critical time for beachhead consolidation. By June 10th, engineers completed 2 Mulberry Harbors, offloading 20,000 tons of supplies daily. British and Canadian forces pushed toward Caen, while Americans secured Carentan to connect Utah and Omaha sectors. German counterattacks faltered without air support. The 17th SS Panzer Grenadiers lost 40% of their strength to naval gunfire. This unified front enabled the breakout Operation Cobra in July. D-Day cost 4,414 Allied deaths, but achieved strategic surprise. Germany had expected high tide at dawn, not low. The victory showcased combined arms warfare, naval bombardment, airborne operations, and engineering triumphs like the Pluto fuel pipeline. By August, 2 million Allied troops were in France. As Eisenhower predicted, the tide has turned. The free men of the world are marching together to victory.